Hello, welcome back, Jenna Unedited, episode 2. Here we go. So, I have just finished the most amazing client session. All my one-to-one client sessions are like this, but in terms of like the nature of my work, I take entrepreneurs from a really hard place to creating success with ease. And so naturally, the further on we get in the work together, the more lighter it gets, the more it's like you do the hard, heavy work up front, first to release the trauma, to release the negative programs that are running in the subconscious, the ones like success has to be a hard slog, or I'm not worthy of creating what I desire, all these things that you don't even know that you have until we start working together necessarily, or like the really hard stuff that comes from bad money mindset and loads of stuff. There's it's such a huge thing. You think you come to me to work on one thing, but invariably we end up working on so much, and the shifts are incredible. And if you've watched my masterclass, you'll understand my framework, but if you've not, then I'll just sort of give a brief overview here. My framework is called Ultimate Freedom Framework, and so essentially what you're seeing with me, I am doing things exactly the way I am helping my clients to, and that is creating a successful business from a place of total ease, flow, and joy. So I'm not available for doing anything with push energy. So what that means is literally I do nothing that doesn't feel good. And it's about like listening to my body. It's about really having an amazing relationship with myself, whereby I respect myself and how I feel and my energy all the time, to the point where I do not do anything that I don't feel is in alignment. So that might be on like a micro level, in the sense that I'll write a to-do list the night before, or the morning of starting work, and invariably some of it doesn't get done quite a lot of the time because I follow my energy. So I'm like, well, I had planned to record a podcast episode, and if it's a podcast episode by myself, I had planned to do that, but I don't feel like doing that. What I feel like doing instead is I don't know, creating some TikToks or going on stories and having talking about what's going on in my life, or creating some content for my group program, whatever it is. I just follow my energy. And you can only do that when you get to a place of really fully trusting in yourself and that your success is inevitable. Because if you don't believe that your success is inevitable, then you're constantly pushing, trying to create the results with hard work, and not being able to trust in your intuition to lead you to the outcomes that you want to achieve. And it's about not needing to know the bigger picture. It's just about following every single intuitive nudge and never making yourself feel wrong for anything, and having a really good level of self-awareness so that you spot patterns in your life. And if you're working with me, then bring them to me so that we can sort through them. One of my one-to-one clients messaged me last night. She and we're going to work on this later on today. And that was this feeling of, she was doing really well in a discovery call, really talking about her group program, and her group program is incredible. She gets amazing results, but she was talking to somebody who had worked with her before on a one-to-one, and now she truly believed that the group program was the right fit for them. So she was selling that and talking of the benefits of that. And when she got off the call, she felt a heavy energy that it was like, oh, I kind of tooted my own horn a little bit too much there. Like, did I overdo it? And was sort of overthinking and overanalyzing the way she'd spoken about her program, when in the moment it felt natural. She was in her leadership, she was promoting and selling a program that she knows is really good. It's one thing to know things, but it's different to feel it. That's where the beliefs come into play, because your beliefs affect how you feel, and most of our beliefs are subconscious. And so she messaged me and she was like, why do I feel this heavy energy where I've just promoted this group program and now I feel like I'm questioning and feeling this really heavy, uncomfortable feeling that I've just over, promoted myself too much, and I just feel a bit, I don't know if she used the word embarrassed or just explained this heavy energy that she felt. And we're going to work on it today, because it is blatantly coming from a previous memory. And I don't know what that is yet, because we've not done the work. So I'll be intrigued to find out. But it will be something like, as a child, she will have been proud of herself for something and talked about an achievement. Let's say I'm just massively making up a scenario here, but from my experience, this is the kind of thing it would be. So she came home from school one day, had done like an amazing piece of work or something that she was really proud of, and she brought it home and she was sharing it with the family, and somebody in her family put her down or said like, oh, don't stop showing off, or basically just took her down a peg. It doesn't even need to be a serious thing. It could have been like a throwaway comment, but the fact that she made a decision in that moment about herself to not show off, or not share how, when she's proud about something. And that, well, all of our memories are encoded with an emotion. So in that moment, she felt embarrassed, and she formed a limiting belief in that moment. She could have been 3-4 years old. It doesn't matter, the timing of it. All of our memories are encoded and stored with an emotion, and they form patterns and programs that run subconsciously throughout our entire life unless they get reprogrammed. So I'm really intrigued to see what the memory is later on, and then shift it, reprogram it, so that she feels confident to stand in her leadership whenever she's talking about her work, and to be proud of the work that she does, so that she can have this magnetic energy and confidence to really back herself, so that people get her work. Like, it's the worst thing, isn't it, to know that you're the world's best kept secret? Like, how rubbish is that? You could be the best at what you do, but if no one knows about it, then you're not going to create a successful business and, make your dreams come true. So yeah, I've just completely made something up there, but I don't know. We've got our session at 3:00 today. So I'm intrigued to see what the original memory was, but it is blatantly a pattern and a program that's causing her to feel this way. And this is hopefully valuable to you to be able to spot your patterns and your programs that need work on a subconscious level, because if something feels hard, and if something feels less than positive or neutral, and it doesn't even, I'm not even talking in your business, or just in life in general, if a situation feels less than neutral or positive, there's inner work to be done, some growth available to you. Because when we feel less than positive or neutral about something, that's been programmed in the past. We are a blank canvas when we're born, in terms of our programming, our software, like a computer. It's programmed in. So all the experiences that we have as a child, we make those experiences mean something about us or about our place in the world, and then it's stored. That belief is formed and is stored in the subconscious mind, and it stays with you. You don't even know that you have it, but it affects your reality. It affects the opportunities that you allow yourself to go for. It affects the relationships that you have. It affects everything, because ultimately your outer experience, your experience of life, is a manifestation and a reflection of how you feel on the inside about yourself. Okay? Because your subconscious mind is always looking for the evidence of what you believe to be true. So this is why people say that when you judge somebody else, it just means that you're judging yourself. Okay? And this is why I never ever worry about being exactly who I am, unapologetically me, because I know that anybody out there that judges me for who I am or how I show up or my confidence or the success I've got or whatever. Anybody who judges me, it doesn't mean anything about me. It means something about them. If they're judging somebody else, they're really only judging themselves, and they have an opportunity for some work to do on themselves. And whether they do that or not, it's just by the by, like I don't waste energy on that, thinking that at all. Just focus on me and my life and what I value and what I enjoy. Anyway, I've got massively off on a tangent. Where did I even get to? Yeah, so our subconscious mind is always looking for a reflection of our inner reality. Okay, so literally, what this means is the relationships that you have, the experiences that you have, the amount that's in your bank, how happy you allow yourself to be, how supported you feel. Literally everything in your life is manifested as a result of your belief system, your subconscious belief system. Okay. So, this client that I have just had a session with today, we have worked together for, I think we're in our, I think this is our 8th month of working together on a one-to-one. She did 6 months with me, and the inner work is never done, right? I remember her saying to me around the 5th month, she was like, when we get to the end of 6 months, I can't see myself wanting to stop because there's always something else, isn't there? But the tide had shifted. It was from a place of, I can see the value of this work and I'm enjoying my life more and more. The business was sorted. She was creating success like effortlessly in her business. We were working on herself and like things she was able to create in her personal life and stuff. And I said, yeah, absolutely. Like it's about the energy with which you are coming at this work from. If you're investing because you feel that you need it, then it's going to feel very different than if you're investing from a place of desire. And now that balance can absolutely shift. When people come to work with me, often they've backed themselves into a corner in their business where they're working so hard and not seeing the results. And that's usually down to some worthiness problems, money mindset, self-belief, confidence, or all of those things, plus the fact that they have it programmed in that success has to be hard. So they're working their absolute arse off and not creating success with ease, even though they want that. It doesn't matter what you want. If on a subconscious level, your subconscious is saying something else, then that's what you're going to create, not what you intellectually want. So yes, absolutely. My clients come to me from a place of need. They need this work because they are so tired of creating the success from a place of self-sacrifice where they're working so hard and basically sacrificing joy. They're not feeling joyful. They're not enjoying time outside of the business. They feel like they want to be working all the time. They feel tied to their desk. They're never having time to go and get their nails done or hair done or a massage like me. Like literally every Friday I have something booked in, like it's my CEO day, and yeah, I'm worthy of that and I desire that, and I'm walking my talk. So this is it. This is what success with ease looks like. But they want that, but they can't get that because the programming is something different. So what I'm saying here is that yes, when my one-to-one clients come to work with me, they are investing from a place of need. They absolutely need this because they recognize that they are blocking themselves, and they've invested in the strategy. 100% they've invested in the strategy, and they may have an amazing masterclass. They might have Facebook ads running. They might have a funnel, and a podcast. All these things are doing all the strategy, but like, why is it not working? Well, it's the inner work. That's the missing piece of the puzzle, and that's where I come in. And so we do the work, and then it comes to a place of, right, I absolutely desire more and more and more. So yeah, this is why she carried on working with me after 6 months, and it's just incredible to see. So I'm trying to explain this. Imagine that you haven't seen the masterclass, but to really get an understanding of this, go and watch the masterclass. It really breaks down my ultimate freedom framework and how the subconscious programming and the energetics come into play, so that you leverage those laws of the universe. You leverage energy to create whatever you desire to create. It's like it's the neuroscience and the subconscious reprogramming, but it's also the energetics and the manifestation part of it that really multiplies and 10x is what you think you're capable of, because it's no longer just you. You're not creating your success with your tiny human brain doing the strategy here and now. You're putting your trust and surrendering to energy and manifestation, and it's just so amazing to see the results coming up week after week after week now, because like I said, we've done the hard work. And she now feels so worthy, has so much confidence in herself, trusts herself. And like I said, we have done the work on the business. She's got an incredible team member that now supports her. And all the work that she's done on her business means that that's ticking over nicely. And she just creates what she wants to create because she decides to. Like this, that it's the whole energetic manifestation part of my framework. Like she's done the subconscious reprogramming to believe on a subconscious level that success comes joyfully and with ease. So now that is her reality, because her subconscious mind is looking for a reflection of that. And so that is what is her experience. That's what her business is experiencing, and it's amazing. So she's focusing on enjoying her life and affirming and seeing that every day gets to be incredible. And she has so much freedom to just travel and have fun and live her life the way, she wants to. And she's just doing it. She's absolutely doing it. And she's achieving amazing things. I actually said, I got to the end of the session and I was like, so the hypnosis that I did with her, okay, I backtrack a little bit. She wanted more trust, more acceptance, more abundance mindset, and more confidence in her manifesting. And I said, look, nothing needs to be done on a subconscious level here. We've done that work already. And I know that you have the trust, you have the acceptance, you have the abundance mindset, and you have the confidence in manifesting, because look what you have manifested. And I gave her a journaling activity, which I channeled through there and then, just came out on the spot. It's like, note down all the things that you have manifested. For example, your incredible team member, the place that you're living in now, the new relationships that you have, new friendships, new opportunities. Write all those things down. And then in a second column, I want you to write down what has shifted internally that has allowed you to create that, to manifest that. Like those things would only have shown up in your world, in your reality, because of an internal shift. So identify what that is, so that you are, it's becoming like, this is her new normal now. So she wanted more confidence in that. I said, right, okay, let's look at the evidence of what you've achieved already, because I know that you're doing this already. So what have you done? What have you manifested? How has that come about? I.e., what was the internal shift that allowed that to happen in your outer reality? Because we get more of what we are, not what we want. So because she now accepts herself more, because she now feels so worthy, and all the rest of the shifts that we've done, hence she's been able to allow this stuff into her outer experience. And then in the third column, I just got her to be a bit playful about it. Okay, so she's manifested this because of being this now. So if she's being this now, what is next? What's the next thing that she can manifest? Because this is who she is now. So she has this identity of somebody who fully accepts who she is, every single part of her. She never makes herself wrong for how she feels, or she follows her energy. There is literally nothing, no space in her life for guilt or shame. All these things that used to be an issue no longer are. And she just has this magnetic confidence about what she can create and how joyful the success gets to be. Anyway, so this is who she is now. So play in the playground of potentiality and just dream, like, what could come next? What could she manifest? And put that in the third column. And I said, this is really powerful, because there are so many different methods that I teach for manifesting, and they're all really powerful. But this is really cool because this is it's 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 like so in the third column, she writes down what the next level thing would be, but then she doesn't make a big deal out of it. She's just like writes down one thing and then moves on. It's not like really adding color and making it really specific in her mind. Like those are really worthwhile manifestation techniques, but this is also super powerful too, because she feels totally worthy. She is very detached from the outcome. She literally just puts something down. I love this expression, playing in the playground of potentiality, because she writes it down and she moves on with her day. And the thing is, you can manifest incredible things with very light energy like this too. Like, what if, and then insert incredible scenario. But just know that you feel worthy. Like, if you've done this work and you absolutely feel worthy, you can manifest that just simply by choosing in that moment too. And then forgetting it. It's like it's releasing it, because you know that whatever you see in your mind, you can create just by desiring it. So you are worthy of it. Most people have that issue. They can't bridge that gap between knowing they're worthy and actually feeling worthy. On the feelings are on this in the subconscious, right? It's that part, that internal shift that makes all the difference. When you feel worthy, when everything about you feels worthy, then of course you can manifest anything you desire because you're worthy of it. So where did I get to? So yeah, I gave her this journaling exercise, which literally just came out of my mouth as I was thinking about it. And then yeah, we're just both super excited about, like she said, like if life's this good now, what's it going to be like in 3 months? Because whenever I'm listening to her talk about, whenever I start a session with any of my clients, it's always what's been good. We focus on what has been good in the past week, looking for things to celebrate, because that gets you in the right part of your brain to get the best out of a session. But it also gives me an opportunity to reflect back the progress they've made. Like recently, one of my new clients, it was literally our second session. We started with what's been good, and she said a few things. And I get my clients to start a progress list as well, where they start writing down like the shifts that they're seeing and feeling in their life. And I said, is there anything on your progress list yet? And she goes, no. And I said, well, actually, I'd like to tell you that everything you've mentioned to me is progress. Because, and then I explained the shifts, the energy shifts that allowed those things to happen, and just teaching them that actually you're already seeing changes, and just, raising that awareness. Anyways, one more thing. Oh yeah, so she said, so whenever I'm listening to people saying what's been good, I am often feeding back how that has happened, like what work we did previously that allowed for that to manifest. Because whenever we do the deep work, we're creating space. Invariably, it's releasing stuff that they've been holding on to in the past. They don't know they've necessarily been holding on to. Like, you can have a memory that you don't realize is relevant. But like I said earlier, I've only got 7 minutes left. I hope I can say everything. It stops recording after 30 minutes. So here we go. I'm going to try and speak fast. So every memory that we have is encoded with an emotion, right? And so when one of my clients comes to me in a session and they're like, this is how I'm feeling, they don't even necessarily know that they're going to be doing work on this. But as soon as they say one thing, I'm like, whoa, stop. That is a pattern and a program, because you wouldn't have said that if that wasn't something to do work on. And so we zone in on that, and I get them to really feel that feeling, because all of our all of our memories are stored subconsciously, and every memory is encoded with an emotion. So let's say, for example, you're feeling the feeling of I don't know, I can't think of anything. Let's say shame, for example, shame about a client asking, or a client ghosting. Like, you make it mean something about you and you feel shame, like, I'm embarrassed, or whatever. I get them to feel that feeling, and the subconscious mind can take you back to the first time you felt that feeling and what memory was happening in that moment. And then obviously, invariably, it's in childhood, because you make things mean stuff about you. With an immature brain, you don't get context, you don't get nuance, you don't get the big picture. So we store this, and it's heavy, and it can be something that you don't even consciously remember. And it can bring up tears and things to work through like that. And you know, so many times my clients have been like, whoa, I had no idea that I was carrying that, and, you know, cried over something that I've not thought about for 20 years. And in that moment, you're releasing that. And then some extra things that I then do to change the perception of that feeling, then clear the energy so that that doesn't have that, you've literally creating space, because you're not holding the heavy energy from that memory. You've reprogrammed it to, well, that was something that somebody thought about them, not about me, or in that moment I was empowered and I was strong, or whatever it is. You're seeing it from an adult perspective, looking back with the benefit of hindsight and wisdom, and you're seeing it from a bigger picture perspective. And so you're able to heal that moment. And what that does is it creates space and allows you to release it, so it no longer has an impact on you going forwards. So you can reprogram how you would feel. The thing is, this memory might have been very specific, but what the brain does is it your subconscious mind is always scanning your surroundings, and anything that it thinks is vaguely familiar to a past memory where you felt that way is going to bring it up, and it's going to try to protect you. Basically, it's always trying to protect you and keep you alive. But when you're trying to run a business, you don't want to be affected by the memories or the bad experiences, or the heavy energy, or the embarrassment, or whatever. You don't want to be affected by stuff from childhood. You want to release that so that you can be unapologetic and confident and bold and trust yourself, and all the things that you know are true about you, but you don't feel. That is always the game changer. It's making you feel the way you want to feel, so that you can show up with a confident energy. And, you know, all of our communication is nonverbal. So when you're trying to run a business, you can try and pretend that you're authentic. You can try and be authentic, or you can try and, you know, raise your prices and try and get a client. But if you can't subconsciously get on board with that because you don't think you're worthy of it, then it holds you back and you block your success, and you make things so much harder for you. So yeah, it was just, it's so so my client said, I'm getting there in the end. My timer on my Anchor is telling me it's 27 minutes. I've got 3 minutes to wrap this up. We can do it. And then I've got to have lunch. But yes, so she said, I cannot wait for 3 months' time, because I'm in this good a place now. Like, my energy that I am putting out confidently at work and in my life, and all these experiences that I'm manifesting, how much I'm trusting myself and loving myself, and all of these things. That's what she's putting out today. So she's really excited about what's coming in 3 months, in like 2 or 3 months time. And it is so, so exciting too. I feel this all the way along. If I have a client, if I have somebody on a discovery call with me and they're telling me how hard things are in their business now and how they want it to be, I can see 6 months down the line, or if they want to do an intensive, I can see what we can get, you know, I can see where I can get them to. And it's really exciting for me. Or when the client has just started with me and it's really hard and it feels heavy and everything, I'm like, stay with it. Trust in the process. I know what's coming. And it's just the most incredible feeling when they start to feel that because their energy has shifted, so they're creating things with ease, or because they're feeling so different, like they're just able to be present in their life and enjoy their relationships and enjoy their kids so much more, and all the things. Like, everything is interlinked. But I don't work on the business. I work on the person, and then the business thrives. So yeah, I just really, really felt called to come on. It was like, oh, I just wish that we just recorded the whole, you know, like if you're a coach and you've got your own clients, you know, when you're in a session and it's just like, I wish everybody could hear this, because it's just the most incredible thing. And now I'm really happy that I do this whole Jenna Unedited thing now, because I can literally just come on, press record, say everything that's on my heart, and not worry about like faffing around editing or making it into a nice post or whatever. I can literally just speak and you'll hear it. If you want to hear it, you'll hear it. So it feels really, really good to have this opportunity. Thank you so much for listening. Also, thank you so much if you have reached out, given me feedback on the Jenna Unedited series. They have been warmly received, and it's really nice to know that it's okay to be fully unedited. I'm going to keep going with this. I've got 20 seconds left. I'm going to use that 20 seconds to ask if you enjoy my podcasts. And if you are an Apple user, I would love for you to leave a review. It would mean the world and help this podcast to keep growing. Thank you so, so much. And there'll be an episode coming again, as usual, on Monday at midnight. See you all soon. Lots of love. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Bigger Than You podcast with your host, Jenna Holloway. If this episode has been valuable to you, please share it with a friend or leave a review.